Hi, this case study is all about the roles and responsibilities of indenting agent. These days we are coming across so many calls from different people across the country. This would be I think a fifth or sixth call whereby many of the people pretend that they are working as an agent and they are saying that you work as an exporter, we will be providing you the buyers, you do the export to them, and if the payment is not getting realized from the overseas buyers, then in that case we will be giving you a security check also, that if the payment is not getting realized from the overseas buyer, then you can deposit this check and you can recover your payment. Many of the people are getting trapped into this kind of promises, this kind of checks. This case study is all about how fair or how legally it is to receive the local check on behalf of the payment security from the overseas importers. Disclaimer: this case study is based on the real incident happened between the January 2023 to June 2024. If it is a scam, the total volume of this particular scam is more than 50 crore rupees or maybe even 100 crore rupees, as more and more victims are now coming front as digging is going on. By making this case study, we hereby don't want to intend to portray anyone as a hero or villain. By making this particular case study, we don't intend to take the favor of any party, nor we want to be the judge to decide who is guilty. Utmost care is taken to blur the names of the complainant and the opponent, though the viewer's discretion is sought not to draw inference if something is readable or visible behind the blur parts. The only purpose of this particular case study is to educate the practitioners of the international trade, students of the foreign trade, academicians and the potential aspirants of the international business to learn about what are the good and bad clauses of the international business contract, how to smell the bad things into any international business contract, roles and responsibilities of indenting agent, and much more, and thus to educate the viewers to have a safe practice in the international trade domain. Here the green buttons are indications about the exporters and red button is concerned with the indenting agent. You can see the exporters are there into different parts of the country and indenting agent is there into the South India, into Bangalore. Now one MOU is signed between the indenting agent and all the exporters across the country. You can see the different clauses of this MOU. You can see here Indent Agent Company. Now at the place of this Indent Agent Company you can see ABC Company or any another name. Actual name was different but we have just removed that name for the security purpose. You can see here Indenting Agent Company Food Tech Private Limited, address, then first part means this company is considered in this MOU as a first part, GST number, IC number, CIN number and registration number. Then exporter company, that is XYZ company, address, then second part, this exporter company is the second part, GST number and IC number of the exporter company. The purpose of this MOU, we want to draw your attention to this purpose which has been narrated into the MOU done between the exporters and the indenting agent. The exporter seeks to supply the rice through the indenting agent. The MOU is entered to secure the rights and obligations of the parties herein. This is the main purpose which has been declared into the MOU. Now you can see here the terms and conditions for the rice export given by this indenting agent to different exporters across the country are somewhat like this. The first is a shipment term. In the shipment term, you have to note 6, 7 and 8 points. Point number 6, selecting the good containers for the shipment is the responsibility of the indenting agent. Point number 7, craft paper inside the floor of the container, it will be the responsibility of indenting agent. And point number 8 is exporter shall bear all the expenses of the shipment at a loading port. Now packaging terms. In packaging terms, you have to make note of only one point, number 13. All the bags and packaging expenditures will be on the exporter and bill will be provided along with the GST as applicable. Insurance clause you can read, there is nothing new into it. Delivery clause is given here. Weight and quality clause, it mentions the quality, quantity and weight by the indenting agent or SGS or equivalent reputed third party company will be done. That is, the quality, quantity and weight will be ensured by the indenting agent by himself or SGS or any another third party, which will be decided subsequently into the contract which the exporters are going to get from the overseas. At the seller's cost at the rice mill and loading port, means at the rice mill and at the port of loading also, this third party inspection will be done and that will be at the cost of sellers. List of documents that has to be furnished are somewhat like this. Packaging, nothing new, you can just go through that. Payment and margins are being narrated over here. You can see here the payments and margins. Point number 29, the exporter shall be liable to receive the full payment from the buyer upon loading of the shipment onto the vessel. Indenting agent undertakes that the exporter shall be paid in full for the invoice raised from the buyer. In the event buyer defaults on the payment for the shipment, that indenting agent shall be liable to indemnify the exporter for the sum on the invoice. Point number 13, the exporters shall raise the direct invoice on the buyer for the shipment. In the event of the buyer defaults to make a payment upon the shipment being loaded on the vessel, the indenting agent shall be liable to indemnify the exporter for the raised amount within the 15 days. You can see here, within the 15 days. Point number 31, indenting agent has issued one cross check in the name of exporter company, that ABC company, right? ABC Company International Private Limited. Check number is given here and check amount here in this MOU was 35 lakh rupees. Date is so and so. Indenting agent authorizes the exporter to present the aforementioned check only in case of the payment default. Indenting agent also undertakes that the aforementioned check shall be honored on the presentation. Means this indenting agent is giving one check to the local exporters. Actually what happens, that indenting agent gives the different names of the buyers to the exporters and says that you do the export to the overseas buyers, and in case you are not going to get a payment from the overseas buyers, then this check as a part of security we are going to give you and you can encash this check. Point number 32, indenting agent undertakes to indemnify the exporter for damage, losses, cost, expenses incurred upon exporter during the transit of the shipment. Means during the transit also, if something wrong happens with the consignment, then indenting agent is going to bear the responsibility for the same as per the point number 32. Point number 33, indenting agent shall ensure the exporter's margin will be 1.5% per ton minimum. Point number 34, indenting agent shall guarantee 100% payment from the buyer. Means guarantee for the payment from the buyer, that's an overseas buyer, is being taken by the indenting agent, and for which the indenting agent is also providing the check as a part of security. Point number 35, post dated check bearing number 00134 amounting 35 lakh rupees issued as an instrument of guarantee. Given check will be encashed. Now this is a guarantee being taken by the indenting agent, that given check will be encashed only in case of the failure to receive your payment, that's the exporter's payment, from the overseas importer. So these are the different terms being given as a part of this MOU under the payment and margins. Now dispute. In case of dispute, if anything wrong happens, indenting agent or the exporter has some dispute with each other, in that case what will be the clauses concerned with the dispute governance. Point number 36 you can read by yourself. Point number 37 says that court in the Bangalore shall have the exclusive jurisdiction, because indenting agent is from Bangalore. Then point number 38 says that indenting agent will cover the whole risk of the payment. Whole invoice value will be settled by the indenting agent within 15 days of default after the effort are made. Point number 40, in case the buyer or the importer do not pick the cargo or clear the cargo after the arrival at a port, right, in that case all the risk of default will be covered by the indenting agent. Point number 41, in case of quality issues, the risk will be covered by the indenting agent. Any dispute arriving will be compensated by the indenting agent, and exporter will not be liable for the same. So these are the dispute settlement terms. Terms of MOU, you can read it. Then severability clause, also you can read it by your own. Notices, you can read it, how the parties to contract has to notice to each other, about which the clause has been mentioned. Point number 46, you can just read it. Dollar hedging will be under the exporter and notified by the indenting agent company to the indenting agent team. Then amendments, clause concerned with the amendment has been given. Point number 14 into the MOU, indenting agent support, in which the clause number 48 is mentioned. You can see here clause number 48, all the end-to-end support and the advice, right from sourcing of the rice from the mill all over the India, local transportation, insurance, packaging, and the quality inspection will be provided by the indenting agent company. Mind well to note here nowhere it is mentioned that for this kind of support the exporter has to pay indenting agent all the money for procurement of the goods, packaging material and everything, right? This particular point must have been conveyed by the indenting agent by call to all the exporters across the country. Now other terms you can see here. Now in this map I'll explain you how the complete operation was working. The indenting agent will refer the overseas buyers to all the exporters across the country. Exporters will make a payment to the indenting agent, and as a part of security the indenting agent will give the check to the exporters of the same amount. You can see here the check. Now with this particular payment made by the exporters to the indenting agent, the indenting agent will make a procurement. You can see here they'll make a procurement of the rice from different part of the country, and this rice then will be sent to the different ports in the country. From these ports then the cargo will be sent to overseas buyers on the name of exporters. Means IC used over here will be of the exporters IC, mind well, right? So exporters IC will be used, and from different ports then cargo will be sent to the overseas importers or the overseas buyers. Again go through the terms and condition of the rice export. All these points has been narrated. Once again you read all the clauses. Guys, now stop here. Do you smell anything bad or fishy into this particular MOU? Think on it, and then only watch the case ahead. Yeah, Mr. Mehta. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, so this is your contract, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, this is the company that's Food Tech Private Limited with whom you did this agreement, MOU.
Yeah,
The
yes, sir.
company belongs to Bangalore.
Yeah, please.
Here it is given Bangalore,
Yeah, please.
and you are into Punjab,
Haryana, sir.
Haryana.
Haryana.
Sorry, Haryana.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Now the basic discussion about the contract. The purpose itself is defined quite vague way. The exporter seeks to supply the rice through the indenting agent herein. Means this particular person, that's a Food Tech Private Limited, is considered as an indent because it is written over here. Indenting
Yeah.
agent. Here it is written indenting agent.
Yeah.
So the exporter, that's yourself. Your company is International Private Limited.
Yeah, sir.
Exporter seeks to supply the rice through the indenting agent herein. The MOU is entered to secure the rights and obligations of both the parties herein.
Yeah.
Now, one question to you, that before getting into this particular agreement, had you been into the export import in the past, or had you taken any formal training or any perfect knowledge, competent knowledge for the exim? Or this was very first time that you jump into this domain?
See, sir, as I already told you, I'm a banker by profession with almost 20 years of experience. So
Okay.
probably now we started last year only because Government of India is pushing exports drastically.
Mm-hmm.
I have handled trade desks in my banking stint, and probably I've handled some big MNCs also. Uh, so probably I have taken up I've got the IIBF certification from trade finance also,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay. You meant being a
it's not
banker,
just
you had a little bit exposure, but not a in-depth between the line understanding for the domain as such.
uh, sir. Practically, see what happens is when you are doing something, um and as far as documentation is concerned, that is good. But probably see in this particular case, the only best part was that they are giving a payment guarantee from the overseas buyer as per the contract. For a new exporter, that was one thing which clicked my mind.
That was the trap, sir, to tell you.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Because this indent gives you a security somewhat like a 35 lakh rupees, and they are in exchange giving the checks also to you.
Yeah, yeah, yes, sir.
So that was the bad point. You should smell it. It was the beginning of getting you into the trap.
Okay.
When there is an easy conveyance, mind well, when there is an easy slope, when you feel that yes, this is really a good thing, at the end of that good thing, at the end of that slope, trap will be there.
Okay.
Correct. So let me try to analyze first of all that what mistakes has been done by you looking upon your background.
Okay, sir.
See, even if you may be the banker, you might be having a very good experience into it, but this domain is quite different, sir, to be honest.
True, sir.
I have shared you in your WhatsApp one case study.
Yeah, yeah, sir.
You
I
go
was
through that
about
particular
to
case
tell you.
study. Somebody called me couple of years back, at least 1.5 to 2 years back, somewhat, and
Okay.
presented me the same thing what you are saying right now.
Okay.
He said and proposed the same thing, and I think in the webinar, free webinar last Sunday also, I narrated this case study a little bit, just hinted only. That
Okay.
somebody gave me a call from Dubai and said me that sir, I want to convert your students into exporters.
Okay.
I'll be signing a contract over here in India, and then you can export to my Dubai-based company. Dubai-based company belongs to my niece or maybe his cousin somewhat.
Okay.
And this Indian company is a proprietorship company or maybe the private limited company, whatever it may be.
Okay.
The cargo was to be sent to Dubai, but the security was given by the Indian company over here. In this case study, link already had been shared to you, as I said, Mr. Mehta.
Yeah, yes,
You
sir.
can go through that. Where is your
Sure, sir.
link? Just a moment. Yeah, here is a link.
Okay, sir.
Here is a link. Let me make a heart this link, right? You go through that case
Yeah.
study. It is similar to your case.
Okay, sir.
It is similar to your case, whereby the Indian company was giving a counter check on behalf of the export being done to Dubai-based company. Now, see, company means what ultimately, Mr. Mehta? Company is simply a legal entity, a legal person.
Yeah, sir.
Check previously was a civil matter,
Yeah, yeah.
but since looking upon the bouncing of check, the government of India converted this check bouncing not a civil act, because in case of civil suits, whenever you want to recover the money after winning the case also, then you have to pay to the court. Like say for example, your amount is somewhat, recently also I have done a civil suit to one of the party who is a brother of MLA.
Okay, sir.
I claim for 25 lakh rupees. For 25 lakh rupees, I have to pay the stamp duty to the government of India. That's to the court to the tune of even 40,000 rupees.
Okay.
Looking upon these recovery issues, stamp duty and this and that and so many issues, and pendency of cases, the government decided that we should be converting the check, bouncing of check, section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act, into the criminal activities. So now this is a criminal breach of trust kind of things.
Okay, sir.
And very basic tenet of the criminal act, criminal jurisprudence is what? That you cannot hold responsible Mr. Y for any act or the action being done by Mr. X.
Okay, sir.
Correct? Suppose I commit some mistake, I committed some blunder, or my son committed some particular blunder, broken the hand of somebody. For my act, suppose I did it, my father cannot be held responsible. Mind well.
Okay.
So looking upon this check, very first mistake that you did, that liability of some another buyer into some another country. Some echo is coming. Can you turn off the mic, speaker if you have?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, please.
Have a headphone. Turn off the speaker. So Mr. Mehta, the very first mistake you did, that you accepted here. Now let me go to the terms and condition. Terms of MOU. These are the vague terms you can see here. Shipment terms. Nothing to discuss into it. These are time pass only. Nothing concrete is being mentioned into it. This shipment can happen from the port of India, Visakhapatnam, this and that. नहीं लिखो तो भी क्या फर्क पड़ता है if you are not going to write all these things. Right. Some noise is coming. Now I can hear you properly. You can see here the vessel transit time is 30 days, 15 days. This is bullshit to be discussed into any, to be honest, right?
Okay.
This in MOU nothing to discuss about all these things. 20 feet a container, port of destination can be Singapore, Vietnam. वो तो buyer जो order देगा, buyer is coming from Singapore, then this port of destination will be Singapore. है ना? If from Malaysia, then Malaysia. So nothing to discuss about all these things. Now these are the decorations that the person has done, to be honest.
Okay, sir.
To decorate the carcass, dead body. Because contract ab initio is voidable contract according to me.
Okay, sir.
In a way, it might not be even the enforceable into the court of law. For what particular thing I'll be saying, but there is still some, remedies available that I'm going to guide you at the end of this discussion. 20-footer container. Now these are the flowers on the dead body. Respective fumigation will be done by this and that. Selection of the good containers from the shipment should be this responsibility. Respective requirements for the containers like craft paper and this and that. These are the decorations, flowers on the dead body. Exporter shall bear all the shipment loading port and this and that. And then port of discharge, buyer's account. Now packaging, this is also a kind of flowers. Rice pack into 25-footer container. वो तो जब contract, actual contract when you get from some particular buyer will be mentioning everything that in which particular kind of packaging, 25 kg packaging bag or the 50 kg packaging bag, PP or the BOPP bags. So in this MOU, nothing is needed to be mentioned like this.
Yeah, that's fine, sir.
This is to illuse you. This is to trap you, mind well. Again, I'm saying. This is to, divert your goal. Goalpost has been diverted by mentioning all these things. Then strong bags to be used, then plain bags with minimum marking has to be used, all bags packing expenditure, insurance, 10%, I say Lombard or something else. These are all the flowers on the dead body to divert your attention to something else. These are the words being used as a slope to get you into the trap.
Okay.
Now delivery, shipments, volume expected is according to the contract, right? Yes, meaningless, weight and quality and weight and SPG. These are all the, according to me, meaningless words. Now this is what? Quality, quantity and weight by P and SGS or the equivalent required third party company at the seller's cost. Okay, this is also not needed into MOU, to be honest. Whenever you have a pro forma invoice or the contract, in that case, this kind of terms are okay. List of documents, this is also not required to be mentioned here. In actual contract it comes. This is an MOU. Actual pricing and all these things, again, these are the meaningless things. Actual terms of the contract, your MOU, that is. Your MOU, I would rather use a word MOU, not a contract. Contract is for the shipment purpose, right? This is an MOU.
Yeah.
Actual terms and conditions starts from the point number 8 in your MOU. Payment and margins, right? Here they are writing the exporter shall be liable to recover the full payment from the buyer upon the loading of the shipment onto the vessel. हाँ, सबको पता है, everybody knows it. indenting agent undertakes that the exporter shall be paid in the full for the invoice raised from the buyer. Okay. In the event the buyer defaults on the payment for the shipment, the indenting agent shall be liable to indemnify the exporter for the sum on the invoice. Means, Mr. Mehta, what he's saying, that if the buyer fails, your importer fails, which would be, I think, so far I know, would have been pointed by the indenting agent itself. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
they will be guiding you that this is the buyer into Singapore, this is a buyer into Malaysia, this is a buyer into this country, and then you have to supply to them. Am I right?
Yeah, yes.
And suppose you don't get the payment, then this particular clause into the MOU says 29 number that in case you don't get a payment from the buyer side, then indenting agent will take up responsibility for the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Point number 30 says that exporter shall raise a direct invoice to the buyer for the shipment. In event of the buyer defaults to make a payment upon the shipment being loaded on the vessel, the indenting agent shall be liable to indemnify the exporter for the sum raised on the invoice within 15 days from such default. Now, any contract that you're going to get from this particular agent, चलो पहले इसका डिस्कशन कर लेते हैं. Let's finish the discussion of the contract. Or parallelly I should explain you. Okay, chalo, based on this particular agreement, this particular MOU, whenever you got a contract, in the contract was there any mention that this particular MOU dated so and so is to be invoked into this contract? Was there any mention into the contract when you got from the buyer side, or any another document being signed between you and this particular indenting agent which clarifying that yes, this particular contract is to be now governed under the MOU number so and so, dated so and so? Was there any linkage between these two?
No, sir. No.
No linkage, right?
See, sir, what they are actually doing is, this is the MOU they signed, they issued a check. Now the overseas buyer, they are tying up with the overseas buyer. Procurement is being done by them. We are paying them the charges, and probably
Just a moment. Procurement they are doing. This company,
Yeah.
food, they are doing the procurement. You mean?
Sir, they are getting the procurement done on behalf of us,
Oh, means
because the quality,
you are
because the quality and the inspection or the standards of the product, we were not aware how to get the quality parameters on track.
okay.
Yeah.
Means they are saying that you pay us, we will procure the goods for you,
Yeah, sir. Yes.
and then shipment will be done by you, your company.
No, shipment will be done by our company, but they'll arrange the entire mechanism for us.
Okay, but they will be purchasing. You will be making a payment to the indenting agent.
Yeah, we have given the advance to them.
Okay. Like here it is mentioning that the indenting agent has issued. Now it is clear cut, to be honest. Just a moment, let me show you. Here in the beginning itself there was one clause. Here I think the purpose of the contract. The exporter seeks to supply the rice through the indenting agent herein. The MOU is entered to secure the rights and obligations of both the parties herein. Here nothing, nowhere it is mentioned in the whole contract, whole MOU, I am sorry, that you are going to make a payment to this indent. Mind well.
Okay.
Nowhere it is mentioned into the contract. You are going to make a payment to P, and then P is going to purchase on your behalf, and then the shipment will be materialized on your IC code. Nowhere it is mentioned in the contract. I've gone through.
Understood, sir.
Right.
This is
This is the missing link and trap, because these things would have been conveyed to you on call itself. No mention in the contract is there about this.
okay.
Now let me go ahead. Systematically they have taken you into the trap. Now indenting agent has issued one cross check in the name of your company. This is International Private Limited. Amount is this much, 35 lakh rupees. And another catch for you is what? That court subject to jurisdiction is kept Bangalore.
Yeah.
Right. Now suppose you want to file anything as per this particular MOU, Mr. Mehta, you'll have to go to Bangalore. That is going to be next to impossible for you.
But sir, for check bounce, I suppose where the check gets bounced,
You can have it. You can have it. Check bouncing, you have a right. Suppose they have given a check to you, and if the check is getting bounced, you can have it. But this is one of the points about the dispute, that yes, jurisdiction we have taken and the party has agreed for the same. You have given a consent for the same. Check bouncing can be done in 3 locations. You can sue the person into your city, You can sue the person into his city, or you can sue the person into the city where the bank is located, for example.
Understood, sir. Understood.
Like suppose the bank is into Mumbai, you are into Haryana, you are into which city in Haryana?
Yamuna Nagar, sir. It is near, near Karnal.
Okay, you are into Yamuna Nagar, and suppose a check has been deposited by your office or somebody else into Mumbai office branch, somewhat say for example, then you can file a case into Mumbai also. But since they have written now, this particular section makes the issue debatable in the court of law. In law, many times whatever that you mention or write something into the contract or MOU may not get apply. Like suppose I want to keep you as my employee. If I write that for next coming 10 years you will be serving me and you will not change your job, right? Is it going to be a valid contract? No, it's an ab initio null and void contract, voidable contract, which is like if I say you that Mr. Mehta, I have given you supari of 10 lakh rupees to kill that person, and then go to the court that Mr. Mehta has not executed this particular contract between me and Mehta, is it going to be enforced into the court of law? No, because it's an ab initio voidable contract. Mind well.
Yeah.
Correct. So now this particular point, yellow point, is going to be debatable for you also. Writing here that it is to be transferred into the Bangalore, court may take it that yes, now the case is to be filed into Bangalore with respect to this. But if the powerful lawyer is there, lawyer may take some of the old judgments, because we are into the common law society, Mr. Mehta, right?
Yeah.
In common law society, past precedents do play a major role. So if your lawyer can get this kind of judgments and then court of law accepts into your city also, into Yamuna Nagar, would be fine for you. Otherwise, in that case, then you have to go to Bangalore also, because this kind of thing happened with me also in the past. I am not staying into Ahmedabad, I am staying into suburban area of the Ahmedabad, and one of the party, they gave me a check from Gandhinagar. Check got bounced, and in those days itself, I think this is a story of maybe 2016-17, when that particular judgment of Bhupendra Singh something, I just forgotten the case name, in which the Supreme Court held up that now the checks, whichever the checks are there under section 138, has to be filed into the city of the person who has issued the check only. Means suppose you have given me a check gets bounced, I am into Ahmedabad, means you have to come to Ahmedabad to file a case against me. This kind of wrong judgment was being given by the Supreme Court, and then it was made null and void by the Parliament immediately by making a change into the section 138.
Okay.
But now take care of it about this particular point. Now second thing is what? The indenting agent undertakes to indemnify the exporter for any damages, loss, or the cost or expenses incurred upon the exporters during the transit of the shipment. Now this particular clause, what he is writing, is also really bullshit. And this is a slope. This is to make you feel good. For this also the indenting agent is going to indemnify me. Right.
Okay.
So it makes you good feel. It makes you feel good kind of things. So that it gives you a slope, and then you will be in the trap.
Understood.
You should smell this kind of clauses, because indenting agent has no responsibilities, no role to be played into any loss in the transit, mind well.
Understood, sir.
It is to be covered by the insurance company.
Okay.
Next is what? Section 33. Indemniting agent shall ensure the exporter's margin will be 1.5% per ton minimum and can increase on case to case basis. Now this is also a meaningless kind of term. Why? Here, as per your words, you have made a payment to that person.
Yeah.
For procuring the goods. Pretty long, pretty big amount, 35 lakh rupees you have paid to that person. Correct? And that person has procured the good on your behalf, but has not then given the goods to you, and now he's bullying you, doing a dadagiri and saying that I'm not going to make any payment.
Sir, what exactly the actual thing is that we are not the only one, number one. There are almost 40-50 people who are struck up, and the list is increasing day by day.
How many total? Right now figure you.
I am having, sir, almost 35 to 40 people numbers are with me.
Oh.
And the entire issue is that this person particularly, sir, he was in Singapore, he has worked under some company, and they have got this model from there. Because probably that was the thing. The only thing, because he had a team, he has a very strong hold on YouTube and Instagram, from where he's getting the business basically, and new people are getting trapped for just because of
this
that.
is the modus operandi of many of the indents and training institutes also, that they have got a hold on the digital media.
Yeah,
The presence is very wide, and by having a wide presence, they are trapping the people like you.
even sir, what they have done is, as I told you yesterday, we are writing Google reviews against them, and they have put a mail to us that please delete it, else we will take some other action against that. So yesterday, post your video Zoom call, I have already marked a mail to Ministry of Electronics and Technology and Google with copy to all these people that how they can threat somebody that we can not post our genuine reviews on Google.
Yes, yes, yes. It is your right. It's your legal right to post reviews. Reviews is for what? You are doing something wrong and bad. Then people may give you a bad reviews also.
Obviously, sir, these are all facts. You return the money otherwise.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, what sir exactly he's replied to so many people is that due to government policies, due to the ban on rice on 19th of July, so the entire process is stuck up, and uh, now he tried to do parboiled rice also, but his shipments at various locations are stuck up.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not able to, his liquidity is not intact, and he's putting a mail from his legal department stating we need more time, we need more time. He's just extending the dates.
Mm-hmm.
In this last communication, we were told that on 29th February, everybody in the group, which we have a separate group, which we started on 1st of February, he told that we will return the money of everyone by 29th February. By this month end means 29th February.
Mm-hmm.
But probably not even a single rupee was paid to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So now I don't know what exactly is going on. Different people are in panic. Number one, earlier people wanted that we should come out unitely and we should push him strongly.
Mm-hmm.
But now he has given some threat to somebody stating one of the people out of that group
Mm-hmm.
that I am a private limited company and I might my liability is only till the company. Company is into losses, so I can't return you the money. That is what he has eventually told somebody
Mm-hmm.
day before yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So the situation, as per the scenario, all the people are in panic, and there are people who have invested 1.25 CR also. Somebody has a person from Sundar Nagar near to you, Ahmedabad. He has invested 1 CR.
How many?
There's a
How many
person from
CR?
Rajkot, 70 lakhs.
Sundar
So
Sundarnagar. How many CR?
1 CR.
One CR. Surendranagar.
Yeah, sir. So the point why I'm sharing with you is that he has people, he has confidence. The Sundar Nagar guy, he has already done 8 9 transactions with him in the past.
Okay.
He was one of the starting members who joined with him. He even doesn't have a check. He doesn't even have a contract
That
also.
Surendranagar based person, did he had the old transaction executed properly?
Yeah, he was getting the money. Everything was getting in a very systematic manner. But for us, it was our second transaction with them. For the first transaction we did in the month, we paid them in April. We got our money back on 27th of May.
You got also in first
In first
transaction.
transaction, in first transaction we got it.
Okay.
Second transaction, our money stuck up since 22nd June 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have pushed the MSME departments also. We have written to so many different people. So we have complained to ROC Bangalore.
Okay, that's great.
But
That I was
but sir,
about to say you.
to be sir honest, that people are not leaving their seats. I have written a complaint on CP Gram portal also. ROC Bangalore has issued him a notice. There are two things, sir, which my company secretary
Yeah,
saw.
little. Can you, sir? Can you take a microphone a little bit away because that's voice is getting very blur. थोड़ा दूर ले जाओ microphone आप.
ओके सर, हमारे केस में क्या हुआ है कि अभी ठीक हुआ. अभी क्या सर, हमारा जो कंपनी सेक्रेटरी है, he checked all the documents. He told me that the address on the letterhead, his address on the letterhead, or and on the MCA side, they are different. Might be he saw some two gaps. One was that he was not filing the MSME return, which was to be filed on 30th September, stating that these are the outstanding of the people above 45 days.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a mandatory return which he had to file. Now, sir, I have been writing to ROC Bangalore since 12th of December. I have talked to the head over there. They have issued a first notice on 16th of January. Second notice issued in first week of February. Every time this company is replying back with one or the other reasons. Firstly, in the first notice they replied कि सरकार की policies से हमें loss हुआ because government banned the rice, our entire issues went off. Actually, they were not able to manage the entire thing when everything happened as a ban on rice.
Okay.
So they are giving all lame excuses, unnecessary lame excuses. There is no communication to anyone, no dates are being followed. So now, day before yesterday, when they have given a threat to somebody stating one of the persons in the group as a one-to-one communication that we are not able to do this and we are a private limited company, our liability is only till the company only.
Got it.
So this is the owner who says, sir, now everybody is in panic. Now nobody is even saying even a single word against them.
Okay. I got your complete history. I got your complete stuff. But actually, as per this contract, whatever that we are discussing right now, he has accepted all the liabilities. Here also it is written in the section 38 if you see. The court in the Bangalore shall be having an exclusive jurisdiction over the dispute arising. The law of India and Karnataka will be applicable in case of any default of the payment by the buyer or the importer after all the efforts being made within the indenting agent will cover the whole risk of the payment within 15 days, right? So he has accepted all these liabilities. Next clause 40 says what? In case the buyer or the importer do not pick up the cargo, clear the cargo after the arrival at a port of discharge, the cargo will be sold to any another buyer at the same destination and all the risk of default will be then covered by the indenting agent. See, these are not really certain. If you see that what are the responsibilities of indenting agent, really it is not the responsibility of indenting agent. All these sections and clause which this guys has taken into the contract is just to take you into the trap. It was a smooth path provided to you to get you into directly ditch. In case of the quality issue, the risk will be covered. If I would be at your place, now sir, to be honest, being an experienced person, I would have questioned these sections that yes, how are you going to indemnify? Because this is not the responsibility of indemning agent. Second thing, sir, indemning agent never holds most of the time the title to goods. Here in this case, they have done all these things and they have taken the money from you and said that yes, we will be exporting from your license, your export import code. Correct. So this particular transaction mechanism is also quite surreptitious, quite skeptic, quite doubtful to me from very first day. From very first time, if somebody would say me, na, because you try to see that particular case study, what I've sent you, link, right? Similarly, here in this particular case study, negotiation, somebody called me on the similar way, and within the chat of 15 minutes, I got that person into the trap. Why? Because that Dubai based company, suppose I'm exporting to Dubai based company. चलो पहले section हम लोग खत्म कर लेते हैं, फिर आपको मैं guide करता हूँ. Right? Okay. The case of the quality issue is risk will be covered. Now risk is not going to be covered by the indemnity. Here it what says, in case of the quality issue, the risk will be covered by the indenting agent and any dispute arising will be compensated by the indemning agent and will the exporter will not be liable for the same. Means this is also a smooth slope being given to you to get into the contractual terms and condition. वो नहीं कर सकता. This is also ab initio voidable kind of things. 41.
Okay.
This section also says somewhat like to make you feel good kind of things only. Termination of the contract and some other things are being given over here, and then dollar hedging will be under the exporter and be notified. It is also meaningless to be discussed over here. It is also decoration, flower kind of thing. Indenting agent support, all end-to-end support and device right from the sourcing of the rice from mill and all over the India. Local transportation, shipping, insurance, packaging and quality inspection will be provided by the scant, a very slow hint about that they are going to provide the support. But here it is not written that for that you have to make a payment to the indemning agent. Okay. Are you getting my point? In this section also there is no mention as such that for providing this kind of support you have to pay 1 crore rupees, 2 crore rupees, 3 crore rupees to the indemning agent. Actually what this guy has done, sir, this guy has done all nothing but he has misused the check. He has done the business of issuance of check. Many of the people I have seen into Gujarat also, many of my old friends also, 20 years old friend, we had a very good friendship. They had also this kind of habit that any point of time they will issue a check to anybody. For just sake of 10,000 rupees also he will issue a check. For 5,000 rupees also he will issue a check. And then we will be saying that he is not able to encash it because I don't have a money into my account. तो मतलब
Okay.
चने मुरमुरे की तरह चेक देते हैं लोग मार्केट में.
नहीं, आप ठीक कह रहे हैं सर.
Similarly, this person has done the same modus operandi, same style, that he has given the checks to each and everybody. But actually, think of in that particular case study. Now, let me come to the point. In this case study, what I am narrating you, now contract is over. I think nothing is left into it. Yeah, everything is finished. Right. In that particular case study, what I have shown you, sir, Dubai wala case study.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Dubai-based company. Now, what was the crux of that case? The person said me that, sir, I want to convert your students into the exporter. मैंने कहा किस तरह से बताओ? How you want to convert my students into the exporter? बोले कि sir, your students will be exporting to me on the credit basis. Credit will be 30, 40 or 60 days credit. मैंने कहा what's the payment security? Because UAE is the worst kind of country whereby there is no security of the payment.
True.
Correct. So they said me that, sir, for security purpose, I'll be issuing a check, another check into the local in India from my company. Then I raised the second question that what is the legal status of that company into Dubai? That particular company was a partnership company between him and his nephew or some another relative, and few other people also might be there into that company. And then Indian company was, I think, a private limited or maybe the proprietorship company being held by that particular person only. That company will be giving me a check now, mind well, for section 138 to invoke a very primary element. Primary requirement is what? If you are suing somebody, like suppose I have given you a check, Mr. Mehta. When you go to the court of law, you have to prove when there is an admission stage that yes, there is a legal debt. Legal debt, I am using a word, mind well.
Okay.
If there is no legal debt, like I gave you a check for some particular reason that in case of unforeseen condition and I cannot repay you, then you can encash it. You can have it. But suppose contract has been executed by me successfully, then even after that also if you are going to encash that check, which company?
Yeah.
And your legal debt of recovering the payment is to whom?
So with which the contract is being signed?
No. Legal debt for recovering the payment is to the overseas client, overseas importer, mind well.
Yeah. Obviously the contract with which we have signed.
Yes,
the
yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Now, if your contract has not been executed, say for example, and payment is stuck up here, then in this case, suppose export, I mean what I want to convey that export has not got materialized, but your payment has been stuck by the company itself into Bangalore, then you are rightful to claim back. Are you getting my point? But if, according to me, if the cargo shipment has been executed,
Okay.
then your payment liability is getting transferred to that particular person, overseas buyer, overseas importer only.
Okay.
Right. Here in this case, please tell me that your shipment has been executed or not.
No, sir. What we did was because we saw their entire behavior and the way things were being messed up. On the day they took the payment to us from us on 22nd July. June. They told us, sir, आपका payment 5 जुलाई तक पक्का आ जाएगा. 19th July the ban was there. After that they pushed us for shipments, but we were very reluctant. We will not go for any further. So they shared different contracts with us. One was dated 31st July, then 31st August. 3 contracts were shared, but we didn't proceed it further.
Then it is not a legal debt. You cannot sue me in that particular case. Are you getting my point?
Okay.
Legally, you are not liable to claim for that. Again, you have to prove it. What I said, the legal debt against that particular person only. That person may be a live person, physical person, or a legal person. Now, in this case, what happens? That check is being given by,
and during this thing, we pressurized them for giving us the interest calculation as per MSME law under MSME Samadhan. So they paid us the interest portion also, and whosoever was pushing them, they were doing that.
Okay.
But now since last 2 months, nothing is happening. Rather more than 2-3 months now, nothing is happening. For the check bouncer,
why they have paid you interest? Do you know?
No, sir.
To get the more and more eggs into the basket.
Okay.
To get more and more customers. To get more and more, not customer, I cannot use the word customer, but more and more murgas to halal.
Okay.
If they start dispute initially, then probably you would start disputing and writing the reviews and this and that and maybe legal shoot and somewhat like that. By that time, they might be losing many of the murgas, many of the people whom they could have been trapped.
Yeah, that's fine. That's very true, sir.
That's the reason they would have paid you the interest also.
Yeah, that is true. Now, sir, we have got this check bounced on 5th of December because we were fed up of what all dates they are giving. Every time they are saying something, they are backtrapping on their things. On 5th of December, we bounced the check. At the time the check was presented in the bank, I was in Delhi, but this check at the time it was presented in the bank. The funds were there at that time, which the banker, concerned banker, told us they, as per process, they have to give a due diligence call to the customer because it was a high value check. So the banker from the ICICI Bank's check which was there, he called the customer stating आपका ये इस डेट का चेक आया है इस अमाउंट का. So what needs to be done? There is a due diligence process in the bank. Basically, they have to give a confirmation to the client. Now,
Recently, it had been started 6 months or 1 year back, somewhat. It had been started.
yeah. So probably I knew the entire process because I myself, I've told you, I've been a branch manager with the HDFC and Kotak. So they took their time. 20 minutes after that, again they called the client. He said कि आप payment मत करो, इसको रोक दो. So payment, the customer has stopped the check in his system through net banking or what all means, and he bounced the check. And we immediately we had that thing in with us. We told him that we will file a check bounce case, and we filed this check bounce case on 2nd of January.
Fine. So that is filed already, right? Notice has been issued. 15 days notice already has been issued, and that case also has been filed, correct?
Now, sir, what this gentleman did was, in between, he paid us 3 payments in month of December. First, 3 lakhs in the first week of December after the check got bounced. Then 5 lakhs around 15th or 16th December. Then another 5 lakhs on 27 December. But post that, nothing is concretely is coming up, and what we feel and what is going on.
But still, out of your total 35 lakh rupees, you got just only 3 plus 5 plus 5. That's 13 lakh only. 13 lakh only. Yeah. Out of 35 lakh, the rest of the amount is still pending with them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
And same for others.
Okay,
so
fine.
Same for others means there are people, as I've already told you, different people have different things. One of the person from Rajkot, he got the shipment done. His shipment reached Singapore. The product was parboiled rice. The parboiled rice, as per Singapore government norm, that is not allowed there. So all damages happened. Shipment came back to India. The CHA was after the client. There is a huge mess up in that particular case, and that person is also fed up. And he's from Rajkot, and it is purely out of all these people, everything, there is a separate thing which is coming up.
Okay, separate story. Everybody has their own story.
Yeah. And the worst part is they are not communicating with anyone. And people are having apprehension they might not run away from India. That is the worst part.
That is, I was about to say this point, that I also had an apprehension that he may be the brother of Vijay Mallya or Nirav Modi, because so far I can sense, I can smell that he has done the business of check issuance, check bouncing. He has not done the business of product.
Yeah.
He took all of you into the confidence anyhow by digital media and digital ways. As I said, that many of the institute in Gujarat are there, they are my juniors, and they also had done so many bad things with the students in terms of 5% commission. Yesterday also in the webinar I said,
Yeah.
That if somebody is going to save you that 5% commission, academy especially, that 5% commission or will help you in terms of sending your cargo to Dubai and this and that, don't trust them. Because see, behind one line, I have case studies lying with me. I have the cases. Students crying in front of me, sir, this academy has done somewhat like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Few students also said me that, sir, 49% stakeholding that academy into the Pune said me that pay us 15 lakh rupees and we'll be making a new company in which 49% stakeholding will be given to you.
Okay.
They are also repenting. This point also I had taken into my discussion into the webinar, free webinar yesterday.
No, I saw that, sir. Sir, now how can we come out of this? Because one is the check.
That's a good part for you. that your cargo has not been sent overseas.
Yeah.
While for that Rajkot-based person, the cargo has been sent. So legal liability is getting transferred to recover the payment from that person.
Okay.
From Singapore-based person. Here, in your case, see, in that case too, he can just go for the legal litigation and can sue the person for getting the recovery of the check and this and that.
But sir, he also knows that the legal system in our country is very slow.
Yeah, but there is no recourse
And
apart from that, to be honest.
yeah. But sir, any complaint in economic offense wing or any FIR against him, which can create more pressure on the person?
That you can do, sir, that you can do, but collectively, as you said, that nobody in the group is now speaking. Everybody's kept mum, reason being that somebody would have been 3 crore rupees, somebody would have been lost their 2 crore rupees, 70 lakh rupees, 80 lakh rupees. What's the total magnitude, total volume of this particular fraud?
See, sir, the problem is as he is acquiring new customers from the social media, unless somebody goes on the Google review, we are not able to identify that person as of now because nobody gives their personal contact numbers. So what I feel is, as far as 30-40.
Oh, I thought that you have a WhatsApp group.
WhatsApp group has been created after this all chain was created in the last week of January. Everything was messed up.
Do one thing, take a leadership in the social media, give your number and be an admin of the WhatsApp group and collect all these kind of people together.
Okay.
Whomsoever are there, and say all of them, take me also into the WhatsApp group. To what particular extent I can help, I would be more than pleased.
Okay.
I'm not against to not against to you, not favoring to you, not favoring to but whomsoever is wrong, looking upon the scenario, then I can guide. I can guide to you also, I can guide to IP also. Doesn't matter. Who is wrong should be penalized, in short. Who is wrong should be penalized. It's your hard-earned money, Mr. Mehta.
Sir, that is...
You cannot lose 1 crore rupees, 2 crore rupees. It's a lifelong earning for somebody. His family can get spoiled, destroyed.
He is taking time unnecessary and he is telling people now, he has told somebody to push ki, nahi, ab shipment karo. People are already in panic. They don't want to go even for a single rupee and everybody is saying ki bhaiya haath jod ke hamare paise wapas kar do yaar ab to. Only 3-4 people have got into litigation. Me, there is another guy from Ludhiana. He has filed a MSME Samadhan complaint. A person from Dubai, his wife is based out in Nagpur. There's a proprietorship. He has a proprietorship firm. They have filed a complaint in the economic offense wing.
Okay.
So now, sir, we are trying.
One opinion, one suggestion is make a group and take me also in that group. To what particular extent I can help you, I'll be more than pleased.
Okay.
Right, because I've been through this kind of cases. You go through that case. Already had been link has been shared to you in the WhatsApp.
Okay.
In which also this kind of fraud somebody intended, because being an academy, my registration, my spirit is across the country.
Okay.
So I would be getting more fraud people to catch me into the bottle. Are you getting my point?
Okay.
So time and again many people calls me that, sir, this is a scheme and this is we are the agent, and this is not very first case that's coming to me. I had this kind of multiple of cases, chain of cases, whereby the people even comes to me to trap. And one of this case already had been given what I said you into the WhatsApp. Go through that. That Rajkot-based person is a little bit into the inferior stage as compared to you. You have a proper position now that at least your shipment has not got materialized, Mr. Mehta.
Understood, sir. Sir, yesterday, as I've told you, because he was telling us, forcing us to, he was putting a mail from his legal cell with legal at
Let it
firm.
let it
We
be.
have escalated the matter to Google and Ministry of Information and Technology and Ministry of Electronics and Technology. I have talked to Mr. Anurag Thakur's desk and I have talked to Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav's desk day before yesterday. And we got the mail IDs and we have already escalated everything.
Okay, you've been to the Anurag Thakur's email also, Minister of Commerce?
I have, yeah, sir. I've done everything which was left out against him, so that he should feel the heat that he is doing something wrong.
Very true.
Now he should stop.
Very true.
Now he should stop, or he'll be in jail now.
Yeah.
So in one of the reviews, I've even written all the employees.
Write
of
it to
this company,
write it to even Minister of External Affairs, our Foreign Minister,
Dr. Jai Shankar.
also. That to seize his passport first of all, so that he might not flee away from the country, right?
So sir, what should we attach? Everything we should attach all the documentation with him.
Yes, make a group first of all, take a lead role.
But sir, people are scared. They are not coming up. I don't know why. Earlier, when the group was formed, everybody was doing a Zoom call.
I have seen the people are so coward. Otherwise, we would not have been a slave for 200, 300 years.
अभी सर सबको ये लग रहा है कि प्यार से वो सबको क्या बोल रहा है कि से मैं आई एम टेकिंग द लीड फॉर एग्जांपल. I wrote down a Google review 8 to 10 days back. All employees of this company and the promoter will be in jail soon. All the government agencies will be after them. I wrote bluntly on the Google review.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now their employees calling different people like Rajkot वाले को they called कि मेहता जी क्या कर रहे हैं हमें बताओ, हम आपकी शिपमेंट हफ्ते के अंदर ये क्लियर कर देंगे सब कुछ, अब हमें पहले वो डॉक्यूमेंट दो व्हाट ही इज डूइंग.
मतलब फूट डालो और राज करो. They want to first of
हाँ,
all break the unity in your team.
that is what they are trying to do. And sir, obviously see I am having the least money left out with them because already notice के बाद मेरे आधे पैसे आ चुके हैं. बट मेरे को तो ये है सर, मेरे बाकी जो बच्चे हैं वो भी मैं इसको बस क्यों छोड़ूं.
Very true.
But
Not even a single rupee. Not even a single rupee. I am saying to the extent that you have to take up an interest also for that. Also, you don't have to spare that person.
yeah, so I'm just putting this mail to that sir. And sir, on social media, I just wanted to understand what all we can do. Any news channel we should go, or what should you suggest? What do
You
you
keep
suggest?
on writing to different social medias. First of all, as I said, that make a team, make a group, WhatsApp group, and take me also into that group.
Okay.
I'll be more than pleased, as I said, to anyone
Okay.
to recover their money.
Okay.
Second thing,
Understood.
collectively file a suit. Make a
Okay.
team and then go to the court of law that yes, this person has done the wrong with 35 to 40 people. As you said that right now you have a total figure of at least 35 people.
I'm having all phone numbers with me.
So keep on collecting the phone numbers of these people, all 35, 40
Okay.
peoples, make a WhatsApp group
Okay. Okay.
and then collectively start suing one by one to that person.
Okay.
Your particular case may help any another person also that yes, this person has done a fraud with the other 40 people and all these 40 people also have filed a suit against to this person.
Okay.
Right. Now, case to case, problem is different. As you said, that Rajkot based person already had done a shipment.
Yeah.
Right. Now, if that person has done a shipment, probably the case may be a little bit different. Reason being that now the payment responsibility is to the Singapore based buyer and not to this person. He may raise a hand also in a way.
Okay.
Kyun? Because ultimately you sold the material to them.
Okay.
Your export import code, Rajkot based person export import code was used and buyer was Singapore based person.
Okay.
But since there is a slight hint into the MOU that in case anything happens and payment is not getting recovered from overseas, this person would take a responsibility.
Okay.
Now, to what particular extent? Here it is written that within span of somewhat 15 days. Where is it? कहाँ गया 15 दिन का था ना जो
हाँ जी
कि within 15 days the exporter will get a payment and that we indemnify and as a security for that we are giving this check number so and so, everything is being mentioned over here, right? Here it is in section 38. Indenting agent within 15 days of the default after all efforts are made, means within span of 15 days he has to make. Now to what extent the court take it into the cognizance has to be checked.
Okay.
Right, because as I said that legal debt has to be proven. Now this person, indenting agent, prima facie has no legal debt in a way, but since he has written over here, given in the contract and everything, and check also has been given to each and everyone, may
But sir, he has not issued 100% checks to everyone. Somebody who pushes like I was clear that I have to take a check before proceeding further. So he gave me a check. There are people who he doesn't even have a, they don't even have a contract. Likewise, the Sundar Nagar guy, there is no contract, there is no check. So different people again, different documentation.
then sir, only criminal breach of trust, criminal law comes into the picture. If they have a documentation lying with them,
Okay.
then you can file a criminal suit against to that person. That Surendranagar based person in Gujarat can file a suit, criminal suit. File a police
Sir,
case first of all, 400 BC.
He is also into big mess in the sense that his shipment is there in Pasai Gudang in Malaysia as of now, and he is not getting that SWIFT copy or that BL copy since last 15-20 days. Because this company has a previous damage outstanding on that port, which
No, but shipment has been done by this Surendranagar based person on his IC code, na?
Yeah, on his IC code only.
Then demurrage and other payment has no role to be played over here.
But sir, that P has it their outstanding damages over there.
That is, but
For previous shipments. So
mind well, shipment has not been done by shipment has been done by that Surendranagar based company.
okay.
Are you getting my point? So the at a port of discharge, no shipping line can stop the cargo of this Surendranagar based company, mind well.
What I'll do, sir, I'll share a contract copy with you. What they are doing is in that part contract, they are showing themselves as a consignee one, consignee two. They have some technical names which are coming up in that also
Okay, okay, means they are trying to put themselves.
as a consignee one. Then
Okay,
there is another company from that overseas country that is consignee two. So
okay, okay.
sir, that
Means this also has been done, to be honest, according to me, intentionally.
okay.
Previously, they would have got defaulted also intentionally from the same shipping line, and with that particular default, on the basis of that, if you are going to do a shipment, now your cargo also will be blocked at the port of discharge. Are you
Okay.
getting my point? So that demurrage old pendency also might have been kept by what's the name of company this? Sorry, may have been
Yeah.
done by intentionally also, so that
Okay.
they are sure that your cargo now is going to be blocked by the shipping line. It is there into the record of shipping line,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Now, sir, collectively, sir, on social media, because they are getting more new clients from social media only.
You try your level best to expose them,
Okay, understood, sir. Understood. And sir,
so that they might not hook the new fish
so that is what
now,
we want to control because
and that also will generate the hit.
okay, okay, understood, sir. Sir, on social media, we can go for anything, what all we can do, all out.
You can write nothing wrong.
Okay,
You cannot write
sir, one
somewhat
of
like that I am a chore and this and that kind of things,
okay,
right?
but
But
sir,
this
sir,
company
we
has
have
done something wrong with me, and these are the
uh,
documents concerned with that. These are the proofs concerned with that. You can just make a presentation. It's somewhat like that in the
no, no,
society also you are doing
we,
now.
we we are writing words like fraudulent activities,
Huh?
fraud.
You can
These
write.
are all genuine words which are we are using.
Yes, yes, yes.
I am writing in one of the reviews that they all will be in jail in coming days.
Yeah,
That is
nothing
how they
wrong.
have started to panic. That is how they have started panicking now
No.
because ROC has issued twice those notices to them. Then these are Google reviews are coming. We have another department complaints I have raised on CP Gram portal also.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
have been writing to Google also. Now they are feeling that we are after their lives.
Yes, yes, yes. But as I said, that
So
very first you go to write to Ministry of External Affairs to Mr. Jaisankar
okay.
to stop the passport of this person.
Sir, this person has done another blunder. He has opened up through actually see, sir, I'm checking everything online. I'm getting into gravity. He has opened a new company in Singapore and we have all these those registration numbers of there also. So I have talked to FIO head as I've told you yesterday. I've talked to him 2 days back and we are pushing just to the government of Singapore also how he can do such a blunder here and he's
That is,
opening
but see, it's our jurisdiction is quite different as compared to their one. The one who has done a blunder over here, their government, Singapore based government, may not stop that company until and unless they had done a crime into Singapore, some wrong thing into the Singapore,
okay,
right?
okay, okay.
But since,
Sir,
see, governments can just say to each other, but to what particular extent it can be effective, efficacious, God knows. But few will
but
not
sir,
take plunge into it
they are
many a
not,
times.
sir. They're saying they are telling. Initially, they told us to mark mail to DGFT. DGFT says that we will go to only such cases where the overseas payment is stuck up. Now, sir, only thing left out is that one single check or these Ministry of Corporate Affairs or such IDs because this is all is happening in front of everyone, sir.
It is somewhat like
And
you have to run from post to pillar, Mr. Mehta, now.
sir,
But
everyone is these are all learned people. The Pune gentleman whose 1.25 CR is there. Sometimes they aggressively come up to us, ki, let us do something, and then again after 5, 6, 7 days they change their stance. यार
yeah,
प्यार से
yeah,
पैसे आ
he'll be
जाएंगे तो
thanda,
मर
he'll
जाएंगे
be cold blooded,
हाँ,
like that.
कि पैसे मर जाएंगे पैसे मर जाएंगे.
Problem is only with the learned people, reason being that we put ourselves into a little bit greed sometimes.
Hmm.
Indenting agent, you go through this particular case study,
Okay.
link given into the chat.
Okay.
Right, at the end of chat discussion on call with me by that person, after 15 minutes he catch his ears, उसने अपने कान पकड़ लिए, he surrendered to me at the end of discussion.
Okay.
Don't listen only case study. Many questions are also raised by me of relevance of section 138 with check bouncing.
Okay.
And as I would have said in the free webinar also, that not this kind of cases, not even a single case like this has been discussed either ever into any of the IIMs or IIFT. These are the real cases. When somebody calls you, like you call me right now, I took your permission that yes, this recording I'll be doing for wider benefit, for the public benefit. Like that,
Sir,
sir.
you'll be pushing this to your social media channel, or what you'll do that?
For students, and later on, let's think to generate the pressure. If you want, I can share it also with you.
Okay.
To generate the hit. If you want, then you can share at anywhere subsequently.
Okay.
Because see,
Okay.
problem of one person is a problem for the community.
Okay.
And you are 40 people. 40 people are cheated by this man.
Yeah.
Right, it's not a small game. I think the total scam would be of even 50 crore rupees or more than that.
45 to 50. I feel that amount is increasing as more people are increasing. So minimum this amount is there.
Yes. And this kind of rogue people always have a good hold on the social media.
Yeah.
Right. Even in case of academies also I have seen. I cannot spell you the name of that academy right now. But that academy, he is my junior. He has a habit of 100% job placement guarantee and 100% business startup guarantee in 3 order करा देंगे. And जो webinar में बोलता हूँ ना, whatever that I am saying into the webinar is true.
Okay.
They are saying 3 orders guarantee, this order guarantee, and then they are extorting the money of the students. They are taking the students to overseas and saying that in Dubai we'll be taking you and you just have a negotiation discussion with the buyers. You do a business with them. You cannot do a business with a Dubai-based buyer being a fresh person. Though you are a senior banker, Mr. Mehta,
Yeah.
you also got in trap. All these people who are into the trap right now in this scam of 50 crore rupees are quite, as you said, well learned.
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, but even though they could get into the trap, I could save myself because I am a faculty, sir. I am a practitioner also at the same moment.
Yeah.
So if this person would have come to me, na,
Ji.
I would have caught him on very first instance.
Okay.
That you will be able to learn after going through that case study. Read also all the questions raised by me into that case study.
Okay.
Right, that would really open up your eyes for many things. Similar sounding case study is there, just like yours, just like your brethrens who are sailing in the same boat.
Okay. And sir, for the passport blockage, we just need to write to the Ministry of External Affairs.
Yeah, you write to them.
Okay.
And also to the Home Ministry. लिखो उनको भी.
Okay.
PMO को भी लिखो. Write to the PMO also.
No, PMO पर तो sir, I have sent so many mails. One is connect @mygov.
But you have to, first of all, Mr. Mehta, you have to have a strength. At least 40 people has to be with you with a sign that yes, this has happened with me.
Sir, he is playing smart. Threatening techniques were being used, and people are actually losing that confidence that प्यार से जो निकलेगा चाहे इसमें 3 महीने लगे चाहे 6 महीने लगे, बट उनको ये दिख रहा है कि प्यार से ही निकलेगा.
नहीं, प्यार से मुझे दिख रहा है. आई कैन बेट यू सर, प्यार से नहीं निकलेगा बिकॉज दिस मैन हैज डन अ स्मार्टली गिमिक विथ ऑल ऑफ यू.
Yeah, that is true, sir. That is true.
This man has done very smartly some tricks because this kind of reading the clause itself in the beginning it was I was saying that this kind of clauses to be mentioned into the MOU means what? Feel good factor of Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
But sir, legally speaking, apart from court, if we file a FIR against them under economic offence wing, then also there is no solution.
See, you can try, but as I said that now you have to keep the multiple of avenues, all the avenues in fact, open. Because the magnitude of the scam is comparatively quite larger, honestly.
Okay.
Right. So best thing is that you have to collect the people together first. And collecting the people into India is somewhat like collecting the frogs to weigh into the scale.
Yeah.
If you put one frog, the second will jump out.
No, sir. Actually, the tactics now which they have started using is they have seen that we are pushing on different forums. So they have started calling people. The people are so much, you can say, astonished. Earlier they were not communicating with anyone from last 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Now everyone is picking a call.
Mhm.
So now they are feeling the heat and they are in panic
Yeah,
as
yeah.
of now.
Generation of pressure collectively
Yeah. Yeah.
is the one way and is the best way, but that pressure will be generated collectively. You have to keep on filing the shoot. 10 people, 20 people, 30 people files a shoot. Then probably that hit will be there, which can boil them.
And sir, the way he's saying that,
Their excuses
sir,
of blocking, the reasons being mentioned by them are completely frivolous, according to me.
sir, I will send, if you share a mail ID of yours, I will send the mail which their legal department is sending to us. That government,
Because see, blockage of export of rice in way, not blockage completely, but it's the government of India said that 15% export duty is to be there on the broken rice. Correct?
yeah,
Now,
he was basically into non-basmati rice.
whatever non-basmati rice itself has this 15% tax, na? Export duty.
20%, sir, 20%.
20%. Sorry,
Yeah.
20% export duty is on the non-basmati rice itself, broken rice, non-basmati.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. So that's a frivolous reason, according to me.
Okay.
Right. Because you try to see the dates when this particular notification got published, and you try to see the operation style of this person. It must be beyond that particular date also. Same modus operandi they would be observing.
Okay.
And if, suppose, for example, it is because of, for example, let's take his fever. That because of this reason, suppose the export has been stopped. Now, payment, suppose you have made 35 lakh rupees. I have made a 1 crore rupees of payment to that person. Where is this money? He has given to the mill owners into India. Then get it back. Get it back.
Sir, until unless his books of accounts are being scrutinized, nothing will come out.
Yeah.
That is what I feel.
Yes. Yes.
Because he's in India, he's having a parallel another company in the name of Maguire Foods Private Limited. So we are under apprehension. What he is doing, he is taking money in, collecting money in, putting it back to some other his own
Transferring to,
company
yeah.
in India, and then doing his own transactions, and then coming back to again and then giving the shipments done from for people.
But this,
Because he's increasing the TAT also. Say for Singapore, for example, it is 20 days only. He's returning, earlier he returned money in 30, 40, 50 days to people. So he's collectively playing smart in all terms, and now he has messed up everything.
to be honest, sir,
That is
I am really sorry for all of you guys. But when somebody is saying that you are going to get a payment after 30, 40 days
yeah.
without any security, apart from this check being issued by the another fellow, another company, another legal person into another country, on the basis of this kind of frivolous security, why did you accept it? You had been banker, sir. I'm sorry, but legal debt is to some another fellow. Why don't you understand, sir?
That is understood.
Legal debt is to the Singapore-based company to pay you.
Sir, we paid him the money from our account to him only, and the agreement is with between both of us. His fee and
Got your point, sir. But export is to be done by you, sir. Export is to be done by you.
yeah,
Your license IC is to be used for this transaction.
yeah,
Correct?
Yeah.
Now, you think of, sir, if your transaction, your ID is to be used, your export import code is to be used, your private limited company would be recovering the payment, your liabilities from the overseas buyer only, mind well. And liability never you can held up the local company, Indian company responsible for the same.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay.
कोर्ट में जाके ये तो खड़ा हो जाएगा, मेरा तो कोई लीगल डेप्ट ही नहीं है. Thank God that in your case it is not a scenario because your shipment has not got materialized right now.
Okay.
You are paid to this person on the basis of this MOU.
Okay.
Now your ways are quite clear comparatively. Again, in the court of law also, like that Rajkot-based person goes and says that my cargo is stuck up into the port of discharge at Vietnam or this or that country. It is his problem. May not be the problem of even this MOU or this company also sometimes.
Understood, sir. Understood. I got your point. And sir, I'll be
Right.
pushing for that Ministry of
क्योंकि मैं कायदे में देखो कोई भी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बना लो, मैंने बताया ना कि मेहता साहब को मैंने 1 करोड़ रुपया दिया है, गिव 1 crore rupees to Mr. Mehta as a supari to kill that person. Now he has not executed the contract. Would it be enforceable in the court of law? Many times law is such a scary subject, sir, that if you write it, may not be enforceable in the court of law. And if you are not written something into the contract of the MOU, it may be enforceable in the court of law also.
Okay.
Correct?
Understood. Understood.
How the court takes it, then subsequently. and how helpful they can be for this kind of cases. It's really going to be a very debatable case. Then he has messed up everything.
So now this is, sir, a very long case. That means
Certainly.
it won't be set.
Certainly.
It won't be settled earlier.
Under the hit, if you get it, best of luck, sir. Otherwise, you have to be ready to contest the case for 10 years minimum.
Okay.
Minimum, I'm saying.
Even check bouncing also.
Check bouncing is okay, fine. For 2 years, 3 years, you will be getting some result. But by that time, suppose the person flees overseas, then becomes a brother of Vijay Mallya or maybe the Nirav Modi, then you're getting my point.
Understood, sir. Any other things? So that means police, these economic offense and all these things, nothing comes out from there.
See, actually, problem of country is what? That agencies are not apt and swift in terms of getting anything. If you are a good politician, big head, if you are, say for example, Anurag Thakur, and the fraud has been with you, agencies will come into the picture immediately and will fix the matter. That person will be behind the bars.
Okay.
But if you are a common man like me and you, agencies don't take this kind of things even seriously for years and years.
Understood, sir. Understood.
Right. I have filed a case against the people, against the banker. You are the banker, right? You would know it if I address this case.
Yeah.
Suppose you are a banker, Mr. X has given me a check.
Okay.
You are the banker, branch manager of the SBI bank, for example. You had been branch manager into which particular bank, sir?
I have been as a branch manager with HDFC Bank and Kotak Mahindra Bank.
Kotak Mahindra and HDFC. Now, this is comparatively good banks.
Yeah.
At least knows something about the laws and rules and regulations and practices. While SBI, many of my students says me that, sir, I want to open up an account for the export-import transaction purpose with the SBI. So very first question that I raise to my students is, what's your age? Bola 30 years. Okay, wait for next coming 30 years to open up an account with the SBI for any transaction. And that after 60 years, I mean, you can open up an account for the pension and provident fund, otherwise for not. SBI is not good for any kind of transaction for the exim if you want to get a good services or something like that. Correct?
True, sir.
In city in which I am living right now,
okay,
the practice of SBI was what? They are misplacing the checks, sir.
Oh.
Checks will be misplaced. After 7 months, 8 months, when the check is getting recovered, they will be giving you by courier return.
Okay, the checks deposited in the account basically.
In 2008, somebody gave me a check, sir. Okay. Mr. X gave me a check. And I deposited the check into the bank. Kept on asking. Now that person was holding an account into the same branch.
Okay.
I was also having an account in the same branch. So it was a transfer check. In case of transfer check, it has to be given back to the customer over the counter.
Okay.
If there is insufficient balance into the check, into the account of the issuer.
Okay.
You'll be surprised, sir. Check was kept by the bank after my repeated asking for 7 months. In those days, not 3 months, but there was a validity period, 6 months.
Okay.
And this check after 6 months, 7 months after that, it was returned back to me by courier, private courier.
Okay.
I filed a case against to the SBI into the consumer fora. The case contested, tarik pe tarik. It went on and went on. First of all, in the forum, somehow I lost it.
Okay.
No reason for the same. Because in consumer fora also, the kind of I have seen, I was surprised. That even the 10th standard students, what I can explain within a span of 2 minutes, I could not explain for 13 years. After contesting the case for 13 years also, I could not convince. I could not convey my message, my matter to the court. It went to the state fora. I thought that in the district fora, my counsel would not have been able to explain to the district fora. I contested the case by my own in the state commission, State Consumer Dispute Commission in Gujarat. I appeared for 35 hearings, sir, personally.
Okay.
I contested a case. Partly I took it in my side. I thought that National Commission is going to be a good. You will be surprised, guy, sir. The case was dismissed. If you want to see the case, you can go to the National Commission site also, R15/2015. At an admission stage, the court took how many hearings? 17 hearings. Kaun Maika Lal hai? Who is a person into India who can just appear into the admission stage for 17 appearing into Delhi from Gujarat, Tamil Nadu and other states. This is the system prevailing into our country, sir. How can you just trust upon the judiciary and we are behind the temple and mosque?
But sir, I thought that having a check and a written agreement is more than enough to deal in the country. And this is just breach of contract and all this.
Section 138 a good thing. I can smell that within 3 to 4 years at least you will be getting some result if you have a check.
Okay.
If you have a check
Okay.
manual. But I really feel pity for those people who don't have a check.
They are all gone.
With the they are gone. Now they have to file an FIR. They have to prove everything in the court of law. And police how works, sir? To be honest, in my cases also, after bouncing a check, courts are not sending the warrant, sir. Bailable warrant, non-bailable warrant, even the courts after 3 months was not sending. I was going to the court every month. And then I was asking that why this warrant has not been issued to the opponent. They say that we don't have a system for that. Machinery, we don't have a machinery. You'll be surprised, sir. I took up a warrant. In my car, I went to Gandhinagar and gave this warrant in the Sector 7 police station.
Okay.
Is it my duty?
No, sir.
Right. Section 138, check bouncing. I'm saying this.
Okay.
These are my real cases.
Sir, if sir 138 this scenario is there in section 138, so we can well imagine what will go in criminal breach
Yes.
of trust or
Forget about criminal breach. Think about civil. Civil shoots, sir.
Yeah.
Civil shoots are the worst, even than criminal. Criminal at least has some speed. Otherwise, civil shoot, tarik pe tarik.
this is all messed up, sir.
Completely messed.
Never thought. So, sir, now the remedy only left out is to push Ministry of External Affairs and Ministry of Home Affairs.
Stop first of all. Try collect everybody. 40 people. When you have a strength, now you will be able to prove your case to the Ministry of External Affairs or this Economic Affairs Department or anywhere. Whenever you present your case, if it is an individual, probably they might not take even seriously. Also, it's just another A4 size paper complaint coming to them.
Okay.
Send individual applications. All these 40 people in your team send individual applications also, and collective applications also you have to send. Keep on sending the letters.
Okay.
Now you are into the
Okay.
business of litigation, not into the business of export import, sir.
Understood. Ji. Understood.
Right.
And those who will basically who will do all these things might be will get some result. Otherwise, things are just the way they are moving. Nothing is coming up.
For those, as I said, who don't have a check, I really feel very sorry for them,
Okay.
because I doubt that they'll be able to ever recover their payment also. How the police works, you know it very well.
Yeah.
Even there is a warrant, not non-bailable warrant. Police wala goes to the opponent party and says that if you give me 200 rupees, 500 rupees, as per his capability, as per his mouth and pocket, they'll take a money and then they'll come back. Arrest भी नहीं करेंगे, they'll not arrest.
नहीं अंडरस्टूड सर.
वारंट इश्यू भी नहीं करते काफी बार. नहीं था बंदा,
समझ गया सर, मैं आपकी बात समझ गया.
नहीं था बंदा, क्या कर लोगे? पुलिस वाले को आप साथ में ऊपर ड्रोन तो नहीं भेजते हो ना. देखे हैं ऐसे केसेस भी मैंने देखे हैं कि पैसे लेके पुलिस वाला वापस आ जाता है. क्या करोगे? Right. Only thing in our country, whenever I teach to my students, sir, in my free webinar also I would have said that precaution is cure.
Yeah.
If anything is doubtful, don't do it into our country. नहीं होता है धंधा तो कोई बात नहीं. आप ये केस स्टडी देख लो. 10 मिनट के आफ्टर डिस्कशन ऑफ दिस 15 minutes with me by that Dubai based person, he caught his ear and said that you are right, sir, you are right. After 6 months, when I called that person to verify whether he is available or not, sir, his phone till today for last 1 year is out of the services. In India, the one who changes the mobile number frequently is not having any credit into the market. Means you want to do a chunabaji, you want to do a fraud with the people. That's the reason that you want to change your permanent number also, sir. It's somewhat similar, like the person who keeps on changing the wives has no social value into our society. Similarly, the person who keeps on changing the mobile has no credential in the market. Iska mobile, that person's mobile, the person mobile into India, what are the number that he has given me, is out of services for last 1 year.
No, understood, sir.
And he has also sent me same kind of contract what you gave me. I'll be sharing if you want that even.
Okay. Yeah, please. In case we can get your email ID, I will share that some mails with
I'll
you,
drop
and
I'll drop you.
I will share some mails of his to you, and even I want to share that contract also.
But sir, I'm not saying this is not for marketing purpose. I'm saying, sir, don't take me like that. I swear of God. But wherever you think of, sir, first of all, please join hands that get a perfect understanding and education of this domain.
Yeah, that's true.
You might be the banker. I can raise 4 questions only to you, sir.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, what's the meaning of field number 41A of the LC? Available by payment by negotiation by acceptance and by deferred payment. Section 10A of UCPDC. What does it mean exactly? That all the credits must nominate someone of the banker. Like Section 10B also says, until and unless credit stipulates, issuing bank must nominate some of the banker in the exporter's country which is authorized to negotiate. If it is not that, then what could be the repercussions for the same? If it is there, Section A says that on the basis of which the LC can be divided into the payment credit, acceptance credit, negotiation credit, and deferred payment credit. Clarity for all these points are required to be developed perfectly. Even if you tomorrow deal with the LC also, na, similar thing can happen again also with you, sir.
Yeah, that's true, sir. That's true.
Right.
What I'll do, sir, I'll share details with you. I'll take your email ID.
Please. But don't take, as I said, these words as my own marketing, to be honest. I am not interested into that. Right?
Okay.
Get out of this problem, because problem is not going to be the small. It's going to be
Yeah.
larger gradually.
No, sir. I got your point.
Get together, but thank God that you got a check. So if the person is not going to get flee or bankruptcy, because right now the law being declared by the government of India, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Act, favors the fraudulent people like this.
No, he has told this to somebody, as I've told you.
Yes. These kind of laws are favoring the fraudulent people like this. And what I can smell with this discussion of 1.5 hours, that he has done all these things. Company has done all these things knowingly, deliberately, intentionally. What I can smell.
Understood, sir. I can understand this. Because until unless somebody goes to their book of accounts, nothing will be clear.
Yeah, and to reach up to the book of account is somewhat like the opposition is trying to reach to the EVM machines of the BJP right now, to the election commission, requesting for last 1 year, more than 1 year, that we want to see the EVM. So your situation will be somewhat like that. You will not be getting the EVM. I mean the books of account of that person.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. For that also, you will have to file separate suit into the court of law.
Yeah. And sir, are you there on LinkedIn?
Pardon?
On the LinkedIn platform, are you there?
Yeah, I am there, but try to use very rare.
Okay. So social media, we can use all platforms, all news media channels, everywhere.
Yes. De-repute them completely, everywhere.
Okay.
Without keeping any fear.
Sir, he has called that Ludhiana guy yesterday, stating in the evening 7 p.m. after my mail to Google, stating that because of you, our new customers are getting impacted.
That's great.
हमारा 2-3 करोड़ का नुकसान हो गया है. हमारा 2-3 करोड़ का नुकसान हो गया है. Or he called me also, but I was on some other video call, Zoom call, so I disconnected his call. So I thought that let him face the heat.
Yeah. That's
because we initiated that mail 2 hours back only.
Yeah.
So we want him to come up to the conclusion and he should return back. I am trying to tell the audience that if he is not returning my 15 lakh rupees, say for example, then how will he return that crores of rupees which every individual has?
Very true. But honestly saying, sir, if you would have seen this particular case study, what I give you into the WhatsApp right now, trust me, you would not have fall into this trap. Because this case study is similar like that, sir. Beautifully laid down.
I will go everything. I'll
go through that case study. You will love it definitely.
And surely I'll get back to you for any further assistance. Yeah.
Anybody who sees this case study, link has been given to you. That particular case study of negotiation Dubai-based person who called me would not get into the trap of this kind of people, this kind of companies.
No, understood, sir. Understood. And probably I'll get back to you, sir, on this. And I will thank you so much for your time and just guiding us.
No problem. See, I help you for 2 reasons, to be honest. The one is, we are having a social cause, a social call. The one who is suffering should be given that particular touch. And second thing, ecosystem of the export is completely going very bankrupt into the country. And it is being initiated by the institutes themselves. 3 लाख रुपए हमें दे दो, दुबई हम लोग ले जाएंगे, we'll be taking you to the Dubai and this and that. I really dislike all these things. So I keep on helping the people that please don't get trapped into the fraudulent people, fraudulent academies, fraudulent buyers, fraudulent sellers, and make a proper ecosystem so that you can do a business properly.
No, that's fine, sir. That's fine. And Thank you so much for your time, sir. And can we get the recordings of this, sir, if, in case you have saved?
Yeah, definitely. I'll share with you. After editing this, I'll definitely share it with you. You can just put it on any platform.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Right? Keep on sharing with the people so that.
And yeah, let me just push other people also if they come to some conclusion and they can work as a joint collaboration, and so that we can come out of all these things jointly.
Yes. Collaborate. Main thing is you have to collect the heads now. Right?
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Sure.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay. Take care.
Thank you.
Good day.